Okay, this video is going to be on the finger guide in drawing the isometric view for it. And once again, I'm only going to do part of it. Uh, what I've got here already is my box, my overall size box already drawn, and then a couple of other lines drawn in to show the shape of the object. A change on this one is we're going to draw it half size. Now, there's a couple of ways to do this. One, you can actually draw it half size, okay, and then it's you move it into place with your orthographic views so that it fits. Another way is you modify your viewports on your layout sheet, which is a little more complex than I want to deal with in this class, but I'm going to tell you about it anyway. Um, you modify your viewport so you have two viewports on your drawing, and then you draw your isometric view at full size and put it in the viewport and make it half size in the viewport. Okay, so there's a couple of different ways to do that, but we're gonna draw it half size, and that's what I want you to do in this exercise. Okay, so that means every line you draw will be half of what it shows in the textbook. So the depth lines going across here, whereas the book shows that it being 2.3, I've drawn it 1.15. Okay, so you just have to divide all your measurements by 2. So I want to start down here with the end down here, and I kind of need a center point line in there. So I'm going to take this one and copy it over to the center. Okay, so that gives me, and just to keep it neat, I'll trim that down for you, and I don't really need that line anymore. I want to try and keep this thing neat so you can see what we're doing. Okay, I need a distance back, a center mark back, so I'm going to copy this one over to the center also. Okay, and now I know the center of my slot, center of the ellipse, is 1.12 back, so I need a center mark for it. So using my calculator, so we're going to copy this line back to 0.56 back. Okay, so that gives me the center of my my ellipse that I'm going to have. Okay, now the actual slot itself, it shows that it being the. Okay, so here's a couple ways we can do it. Let's draw the ellipse first. So we'll go EL, ISO, and center is going to be there. And I'm going to choose D for diameter. And I know my diameter is going to be 0.78 divided by 2 of 0.39. Okay. And so let's put that on my visible layer. Okay. So now then, to get my slot, let's we can probably draw it. So let's change over to visible layer and go line and go there and come back out. I'm gonna make it long so I can trim it back. And I'll do the same thing over here. Okay, now then let's check the dimension on that. 0.39. Hey, what do you know? We're golden. And so now we can draw all our lines. And now that I know that these are 0.46 wide, so that would be 0.23, so I can copy. .23. Okay. Fill it. I'm going to go M for multiple. Okay. And so that's got the front edge of that. I can trim out my ISO circle also. Okay. So I got the front edge of that. Now my notch, it's 1.19 back and 0.3 deep. Okay, so 1.9 divided by 2 is 0.95. So let's copy this line here. Get my object snap and bring it back 0.95. Okay, so that's where my slope, the angle is going to start at. So let's draw a line from there to there. Okay, and that's got the front corner of, I missed my object snap. Probably because I had it on ortho mode and it jumped. Okay, so that looks good. All right, so that's how you're going to deal with that, and you'll do the same thing over here for that. This top side up here, very similar. We know it's, okay, so 30 degrees, it's 0.44 down. All right, so I'm going to trim that out. Okay, and so let's copy this. Down 0.22. And so there's where my angle would start coming up. So now I have to come back over to this view. What do I need? I need the distance in, right? Yes. So I need the distance from here into here. So we'll put a linear dimension, 0.7621. So let's go to my calculator, 0.7621 divided by 2. 0.3810 will be good. So we'll go copy. .3810. Now I can draw my line there to there. And I'm going to go ahead and draw it the same way back here in the back, even though that will get modified. Okay. Now I know the notch is 0.26 by 0.4. So we'll take this one and copy it. Uh, 0.26 be 0.13. And then it's 0.4 in, so we'll copy this one. I'm just going to put up here and get an object snap, and it'll be 0.2. Okay, so there's where the notch starts. Okay, so let me do a little trim here. trim that one out. Now then, because it's all on the same plane, I can take this and copy it down from there to here. Okay, but no, this is not where it cuts. Where it cuts would be straight down from there. So I need a line down to go back to construction from here and turn my ortho back on. And I'm just going to bring it down along. Okay, so this point right here is where the notch cut comes in. So I'm going to copy there down to there. Okay, and now I can trim out. Okay, and so that's looking good. Now we need some more lines in here. What's happening here? Oh, I'm doing everything on my construction layer. Duh. Okay. And I'm just filling in some of the lines that I didn't have already. And then right here, because you'll be able to see this edge coming down, you're going to have a line from there coming down to right there. So let me turn the construction layer off. I guess I missed that one. Okay. And then, of course, right there, there would be a line, coming on across however long. So that's kind of how you're going to deal with those. And then the rear corner back over here, same process. You need to know the distance in from an XY point so you can mark both of those corners. And that's how you do it. And that's what you end up with right there, okay? Yeah, and be sure right there, you can copy the ellipse down. You got a little corner right there it's going to pick up, and then copy that line down too. And so that's how you do it. If you got questions, send us an email.